what's going on? I'm KAIRI Music, and before we get started, I gotta send a shout out to IAA, the plug community, industryallaccess.com, and Leaf the Plug. Get connected. My musical background is kind of diverse, actually. I know everybody probably says that, but I'm an entertainment attorney. And during the time I owned a club here in Atlanta, I had a management company as well, and like an indie label. And so I learned a lot of the ins and outs of the business side of music during that time period. And when I got out of the club business, I decided to teach myself how to make music so I could kind of document that time in my life, because it was crazy, and I'm not really the diary type. So I said, all right, I'm gonna make some music, really just for me primarily. And I spent about 8 months, 4 hours a day, just working on music and teaching myself how to make music. And by the time I finished, I had about 60 to 70 records. And at that point, I started letting some of my friends hear it to kind of get some feedback and see which direction I should take this thing. I guess it would have been at that point, after I let my friends listen to the music, the feedback that I got was positive. In fact, some of them were like, "Look, you ain't got no choice, man. You got to put this out because it's good." And so when you get that kind of feedback from your friends, it's one thing. But the next test, obviously, is to put some music out and see how the people respond. And so, I committed to doing that at least one time. So I put together an EP, and we released it actually in 2018. And we did 100,000 streams on that first project. And so at that point, it was like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and give this music thing a real shot and really pursue it. And so we've been at it ever since. Oh man, everybody from Black, Big Sean, J. Cole, to Jay-Z, Kanye West. He's a genius, even though he's a psychopath. Man, who else? Earth Gang, Lil Baby. It's diverse. I just like good music, for real. John Mayer, folks like that. Like, I really just like good music. So my inspirations and the people who influence me musically, it ranges and varies, and it's going to continue to expand, because I just like good music. My music, I feel like, is the kind of music you drive to. I'm a storyteller, smoke too as well, for sure. But I'm a storyteller, and I try to package my story or the message that I'm trying to get across in a way that's easy to listen to at the same time. So, content is important to me, and words and how we put words together on records is important to me. The craft is important to me. So I think all that comes through in my music. And I think I try to be diverse. I like to try different things. I like to experiment with music, but at my core, at my heart, I'm a storyteller. And I try to paint pictures with my words, because I feel like that's the core of this art that we do as rappers. I think that's where it started. So I'm trying to keep that alive and innovate it in the ways that I find interesting. Primarily just a fresh perspective, maybe a breath of fresh air, something new, something unique. But I think that's what we all strive to do as musicians, is create our own sound that represents us, but is still palatable and lovable for everyone else. And so I definitely hope to do that. Everything, I think, makes me different from other artists. From the way I approach music to the way that I'm writing music these days. I don't think there are too many people who approach it the same way that I do. And even being from Atlanta, when people hear my music, they're like, "Oh, you're not a Atlanta rapper." It's like, nah, I'm a rapper. It's what I do, and I take it very seriously. So, and that's not a knock against party music or mumble rap, as some people call it. I like that music too, but I'm just saying I approach this thing a little differently, and I'm trying to package content in a way that's still rock withable, but there's something in there, and you can respect the pen. So I think that's what makes me different. Well, in 2018, I released my first project, Pineapples, and it did streams on Spotify. The lead single, Smoke Break, did I think almost 60,000 views on YouTube. We were able to grow to Instagram to 10,000 followers. We just did our first show at the Rolling Loud pre-roll event here in Atlanta. So, you know, we've been able to grow steadily. We released a single on my birthday in 2019 on November 21st, and it's since gone on to do 24,000 streams. And then as far as projects that are upcoming or current, we just released an album on January 31st. So, you know, that's out now. It's called Khalifa. It's out on all platforms. And we're hoping to do 1 million streams on that this year by the summer. So, you know, we're pushing for that. We're getting ready to start shooting some videos and things for that. But we're working, man, and I'm trying to get out here and start getting on this tour circuit a little bit and getting some performances in. We're excited. It's going to be a good year. And it's going to be an even better year than we expected now that we've been able to link up with the industry, all access community. We were looking for that leg up, that way to take this thing to the next level, and we think that we found it in them, and so we're excited about working with them this year and seeing how far we can go. So lock in with me. It's KAIRI Music with a K on everything, and you'll be hearing from me. Salute.